Hello. I know. Right. This is my first time recording anything, so here we go. I am coming on today to talk to you about um, why grow a young living business. So just realized I don't even have any makeup on. So you get me on natural. um, Seems like I'm like way close. Um, Anyways, I have a kitty cat here with me too. So why grow a young living business? I guess I'll start out just talking about my own personal experience. And I got started with Young Living 7 years ago. And when I started, I just wanted some oils in my house. I had been living organically. We'd been talking about, alternatives to traditional medicine. And we just wanted a different thing, and learning about essential oils was one of those things that intrigued me for a little while. So I actually got my starter kit and didn't do anything with it for a whole year. I maybe dabbled it a little bit, and then I thought, well, this is silly. I have all these oils. I need to start learning about them. And then as I started learning about them, I went to some conferences here locally in Flint and Grand Blanc, and was blessed actually, yeah, here in Lapeer. Went to a couple classes with Marlene Wiegers and Stacy Kimbrell, and was able to learn how to use my oils, hear some testimonies. And I think that's part of the fun and the excitement about using essential oils, is learning from each other and seeing others' experiences, and knowing that they were able to help themselves with that and empower themselves with that. So and hopefully I'll get some people on here. If I don't, I'm just going to keep talking. So I'm trying to remember. I think I just started sharing and just started talking to people and signed a few people up, and then they helped. I had a friend of mine, Robin Nettles. She came alongside me and did some classes with me at some friend's house at Catherine's house and Tiffany's house, I think. And then I think we did a class at Rachel's house and Wendy's house. We just started talking about what we loved, what we enjoyed about Young Living products, and what we've been using. So it's kind of just like, I guess it just sort of happened, just sort of fell in my lap. I didn't intentionally try to build a business, but the more I shared, the more I learned, the more I wanted to share, the more I wanted to tell people. So all my life, I've really been focused on empowering other people. So when I was younger, I was involved with the MOPS group. Some others are preschoolers. And it was a great blessing to me to be able to meet with other moms and talk with them and encourage them in their mothering ways. And I really, really enjoyed that. And then I became a homeschool mom. So I started a homeschool group and started empowering homeschool moms to make good choices for their family, to think about that they do have that ability to be able to do that. And so this past year, I set my homeschooling hat down after 20 years. And I'm thankful for those years. I'm thankful for the time with my children. And now I'm excited about taking this next step in working with Young Living full time. So that's why I'm on here today, sharing with you that you can do it in any season. Okay. There are lots of moms, lots of men and women of all different seasons that have taken upon themselves to use Young Living products and to learn how to share. So, and that's really what it is. It's just sharing what you know, sharing what you've learned, and empowering people to learn on their own. And it's not complicated, but it is work. Okay. If you're going to go to a job, if you're going to get a job at McDonald's or Kohl's or wherever, you're going to have to work. Okay. So doing the Young Living business and having it be your full-time job or part-time job, we're going to talk about that a little bit. Just having it be a side hustle. It's going to take some work. Okay. It's not just going to magically fall in your lap. So, first topic is why grow a Young Living business. Okay. This is going to be a series of meetings that we're going to do here on Zoom. I'm going to record them and then I'll post them on our group Facebook page. And of course, when I post them, I'd love any questions or comments you might have. I'd love to meet with you one-on-one to show you the compensation plan, that kind of stuff. So why do a Young Living business? Why grow a Young Living business? One of the reasons is it's an extra income stream. So a lot of people do it as a second job or as a part-time job in their spare time. If they're passionate about health and wellness, they might do it alongside with that. So lots of chiropractor offices, lots of stay-at-home moms, lots of all different kinds of people. So physicians, chiropractors, salon owners, massage places, and just everyday moms like me. Okay. So an extra income stream is one of the top ones. The next one is residual. So this is kind of a unique feature with marketing, multi-level marketing companies, is that you're going to have a residual income. So this month, if I never talk to anybody and I don't share Young Living with anybody, I'm still going to get paid. Okay. I'm still going to get a paycheck in my deposited into my account. So that's not to say that you don't work. It's just saying that if you need to take a time off, maybe you're going to have a baby, or maybe you're going to go on vacation, or maybe you're going to sell a house, or maybe you're sick. That's the awesome part about Young Living, is that you can set it aside for a little bit and you will be able to get your check still. So part of it is because I was trying to think about how to explain this, is that we're working together as a team. Okay. So you and your friends, or whoever comes into your organization, whoever you sign up, or whoever decides to do the business with you, you're all in it together. So you're in there to support and encourage each other and to help each other. And I think I heard in the very beginning, kind of like what I thought about when I was coordinating the homeschool group. I need to be careful sometimes on who I bring into my organization and who walks alongside with me. Not that you can't work with everybody, but there comes a time when you need to be friends with them, be in a relationship with them, and encourage them, and know their strengths and weaknesses, and to trust them. So doing a Young Living business is a group effort. Okay. I guess if that's how I want to put it. The other part is that next part is that it's the market potential has no ceiling. So this is like the first time I've sort of talked about it. So what I'm talking about is that it's a consumable product, and that it's an area that is extremely important nowadays, that people are very concerned about their health and wellness. Maybe they're thinking about it for the first time. They never even thought about the fact that taking Tylenol was going to hurt your liver or kidneys. Maybe they never thought about the fact that the food that they eat was impacting their stomach, right? Maybe they never even heard about essential oils, and never even thought that they could use that in place of taking a Tums, right? So teaching them and helping them walk in that path is one of the great benefits to doing a Young Living business. So there's unlimited potential with earnings in this kind of way. So when Gary Young started this business, they tossed around and back and forth about whether or not they wanted to do have it be just a regular storefront, or sell to the market, or whatever. So they really felt like the direct sales or multi-level marketing company was the perfect fit for their product and for their company. And as they've come along, they've been around for 30 years. It has been because it's word of mouth, and it's a product that everybody can use. It's not limited to, adults or old people or sick people. Everybody can use oils, and so you can reach out to anybody. And we talk a little bit about here in our community, oh, well, our market is saturated. Everybody has oils. I can't do that because I don't have, all my friends are already using oils, and that's just simply not true. So there are so many people out there that are not using essential oils, or maybe they're not educated on it, and maybe they don't want to be. Maybe we need to help them and teach alongside with them. So one of the other great opportunities with Young Living is bonuses and travel opportunities. So as you rank up and as you earn more levels, I guess it's not really levels. They do call it ranking up. So you're going to start out as a star and then go to a senior star and then go to executive and then to silver. And then it goes on up from there. Basically, it's just kind of a positional thing based on your organization's volume. And so the more volume you have, the higher your rank will be. So, and then the travel opportunities will fall alongside with that. So when you're silver and you hold that silver position for 3 months, you get a trip out to one of the farms. So I'm super excited. I have not achieved that, but I would love that. I know it's going to be an amazing opportunity when it happens. And I'm looking forward to visiting the farm, visiting corporate, and seeing firsthand what happens. So seeing the lavender farms and stuff like that. So I love that. I love that there are always opportunities for bonuses and growing. It's just a great fit for me. So one of the other things that has been really important to me is that there's just a super supportive and great community of people that walk alongside with you. So I never feel like I'm alone. One of the other things is that I always feel like I'm important, right? I always feel like I'm needed. I'm always a valuable part of the team. So no matter who you are, what part of the organization you're in, there's always this camaraderie that happens with Young Living members. So whether I work with somebody personally or I meet them on a chat on the Facebook, I matter, right? And I feel like that's really an important part of a job. Coming out of a job where somebody just, they didn't really care what I did or what, okay, bye, see you later. I don't feel that way with Young Living. I feel like people would miss me and I would be missing the opportunity to be able to reach and touch other people. So the other part, just like I talked earlier, is educational support. So you're not going to be doing this alone. You're not going to be walking through having a business by yourself. There's so much information out there. In fact, it's super amazing. So I have never felt alone in what I needed to do. There was always somebody to talk to and support me, always somebody cheering me on. So Robin and Marlene and Stacy and Amanda and even Crossline friends that are in different organizations in different parts of the country have encouraged me. So I've met some people from Canada and from different cities, and it's just been a really blessing to my heart. So I can't tell how long I've been talking. I guess it's been 10 minutes-ish. So let's go into how you do this, right? What do you do? There are three kind of major, but what's the word? Not really kind of major, but three important tools that you'll need to have to do your job. The first one is if you are not already a brand partner, and some of you may have already been grandfathered in when we switched over to the new shopping platform. So if you are a new customer and you've not been transitioned over into a brand partner, you'll need to purchase the Business Essentials Kit. So it's $30. It has some great tools in there. It has planners and it has information that will help you to do your business along the way. So one of the things that someone was talking about was, what other business can you start for $30? So the other part that is important is, the first thing we're going to talk about today is the first step in making a pizza, right? We talked about that in my post. I said, let's talk about this from making a pizza. And so there are three things that are three main ingredients, just like a pizza, right? So in a pizza, you have the crust, you have the sauce, and then you have the cheese, right? Everything else is just like what sprinkles on a cake, right? So if you put mushrooms or pepperoni or onions or whatever else on top of that, that's just extra stuff. But for sure, you have to have crust, a sauce, and cheese, okay? Maybe you're going to have a sauce like not pizza sauce, maybe it's going to be something different, but it's those three main ingredients. So today we're going to talk about the crust. Basically, it's the foundation of building a business, growing a Young Living business. So the first main ingredient of growing a Young Living business is enrolling members. enrolling new members. So that means you have to talk about it, right? You have to share it with people. You have to share your experiences. Maybe you have to share them on social media. Maybe you have to share them in person. One of the things that I love about Young Living is it's helped me become aware of other people's needs. So I pay attention more, I listen more, in my brain, I'll be working and thinking, I need to help that person with that, right? I need to encourage them with that. So one of the other things that you can do is be a product of the product. So if we're working at, let's just say I'm working at Kohl's and I'm buying all my clothes from Marshall's, and somebody comes in, they're like, oh, where'd you get that shirt from? And I'll be like, Marshalls. I bought it from Marshalls. I love Marshalls. Well, that's not really supporting my company that I work for, right? I want people to buy from Kohl's if I'm working at Kohl's. So any business you ever have, this is how it's going to be, no matter what, be a product of the product. So you're going to be purchasing product. You're going to be looking at new stuff. You're going to be trying new things in your home. You're going to be thinking about the things in your life that you'd like to clean up or straighten around and get straight in your house. So that's a big part of it, be a product of the product. The other part is sharing your testimonies. Like, I use this and it's helped with that. I've used this kind of shampoo and it's helped with my hair growth. I've used this lotion with my face and it's cleared up. Whatever your experience is, let that be your experience and share that with other people. One of the things that I switched fairly quickly was I had heartburn really bad when I first started Young Living, and I never even considered not taking a Tums. I always just took a Tums. When I was pregnant, I probably ate a bottle of Tums. I never really thought about the consequences of taking Tums, or that I had an alternate choice. So when I started in Young Living, I think that's probably the first thing that I switched to was, just taking a drop of peppermint on my finger and putting it in my mouth or rubbing it on my belly. We also have a blend called Digest. So I'd rub that on my belly and that would clear it up. The other part that I learned through the years of being in Young Living is that our body there's lots of ways for our body to heal, right? So our food that we take in, the stress that we have in our life, the getting outside and getting air, being walking on the ground, just all of those things are intricate parts of being healthy. So just putting an oil on didn't help all the way, right? I had to clean up my diet. I had to think about what things, I had to pay attention to what things I was eating and what things irritated it. And learning along with other people with Young Living has helped me to see all those different pictures. Ooh, just had a bird hit the window. Then you're going to use those products throughout your house, right? So you're going to, Young Living has over 700 products. And so you're going to be having them in your bathroom. You're going to have them in your laundry room. You're going to use them in your kitchen. You're going to use them for cooking. I just did a little video on popcorn and using it as a seasoning salts with oils. Then you're going to be talking about it to your friends and neighbors, right? You're going to be talking about with your mom and dad. You're going to be saying, hey, you don't need to use that. You can use this. This is not going to harm you. This is not going to give you a side effect, right? A lot of the medicines that we're on or things that we choose to do have side effects, and there are alternatives. So one of the things that I really feel strongly about is, empowering people, right? Helping them to know and learn that they are the best advocates for themselves and for their families. So know that you can do this. You can figure out a plan. You can learn. You can read. You can ask questions, right? A lot of times we don't even ask the question that we have to ask. So talk to your family. Listen to them when they talk. Help them to see that there is an alternate way, that using Young Living products can be a part of their lifestyle also. One of the tips that a friend of mine said was, as soon as they say they want it, share your link with them, enroll them as soon as they say they'd like to try it. Enrolling people is super simple. There's a share link on your virtual office. I can walk you through that. It's super, super simple. And then they're in your organization and you're receiving compensation from their purchases. So, which I know we talked about, I've talked about this before. When I have a business, if I own a lawn business, like our neighbors have a lawn business, when they do a job for me, they get paid, right? when I buy wood from somebody, I pay them. So that's exactly how Young Living is. It's the same concept in that you're purchasing product from somebody and they're getting an income from that. So it's not weird or awkward. It's just the way we do business. Okay. To use Team Young Living resources, right? Share videos with people, encourage them to come on to classes and to listen to topics that they're interested in. If they have some brain problems or if they have a heart issue, help them to connect up with that. That's part of the job of you and your business is being customer service, okay? And customer service is taking care of people, getting to know them, loving on them, helping them, giving them samples or teaching alongside with them. Those are all ways that we can support our team and support our company, right? So at Kohl's, where I used to work, part of my job was helping people, showing them that if they had a problem with the product, that they could return it. So the same thing here with Young Living. I am customer service for them. I'm the first link to Young Living, hopefully, in helping them solve a problem within their own health or within their own account. So another part of your crust or enrolling new members is hosting a Young Living gathering, okay? I know I think people, this is probably the part, and for sure it was for me, right? Like, oh, I gotta have people in my house or I have to talk about something. There are so many resources out there for you. There is books and there's scripts and there's other people in our community that can come and teach for you. I can come and teach for you. You don't have to be counted on to do that, but it is also a great empowering tool for you to have to teach something, right? So of course, I was homeschool mom for 20 years. And so I learned how to teach people, and it is a learning process, how to teach people and how to share information. So the more that you teach, the more that you learn, the easier it is going to be able to share with people. So don't be afraid about it. You can do it. It is not a tool that is unlearnable. So hosting a gathering, for sure, we talk about at least 2 a month. And if you want to really grow, then you're going to do 4 a month. And that can look like a party in your house. It can look like an online class. It can be a Facebook Live. There are lots of different ways you can do a gathering or class or meeting or whatever you want to call it. Okay. But you have to get out there and get around people. So some people will do vendor fairs or craft shows or farmers markets, an opportunity to be able to talk to people. That for sure has helped me out a lot. The more I talk about it, the easier it is to come off my tongue. I still feel like I'm learning that process. I still feel like I'm not quite all there, but I am learning and I'm excited about sharing. So the other part is another segment of building the crust and helping to enroll members is filling yourself up, right? Going to classes yourself, learning from other people, watching videos, taking that time to do that, right? I know a lot of times we go like, I don't have time, I can't do that. Well, we can make time for the things that we want. So if you want to grow a business, then you're going to have to make a commitment to doing that. A lot of times people will say at least 30 minutes a day of learning and education. And you're going to I don't know if they said like double, quadruple your learning if you go to an event. So we have a lot of wonderful leaders in our organization here locally that hold meetings, and those are fabulous places to learn. You're just going to connect up with so many people there. It's amazing. So I definitely have learned a lot from attending events, and that is definitely a tool you can use to learn to help enroll people. Okay, so the last part about your crust and enrolling members is to really take some time, and this is kind of like the nitty-gritty hands-on, is to sit down and just write down like what I did. Let's see if I can find it. A little notebook. I have a little notebook. You can get a little notebook from the store, from the dollar store. And I just started writing down names, okay? One of the cool parts, I wish I could, oh, here it is. It just says network on it. I actually got it from, I get a monthly or quarterly workbook calendar notebook thing that I subscribe to, and this was one of the gifts. And basically it is, on the inside it says names and notes. So I write down anybody that I know, okay? I just started writing. You can group it by, if you want, you can group it by like all your church friends, all your homeschool friends, all your work friends, all your high school friends, whatever, however you want to do it, doesn't matter to, you just do you, right? I just started writing down people's names. And one of the cool things about it is that as over time, I've been able to circle people's names. I don't know if you can see it, circle their names when they enrolled. So it's kind of it's been a great tool for me to go like, oh, I am sharing with people. I am talking to people. Because not everybody's going to say yes, right? Not everybody's going to be like, this is for me. I want to do this. A lot of people will be like, no, I don't care about Young Living or oils or healthy, right? Some people don't really care. They just want the pill and they just want to be done. So writing down what we call the warm market, it's people that you know, people that have a relationship with you, people that you can connect with. So of course, there's lots of thought processes behind sharing like this. And one of the things that I guess I'll encourage you is that you're not just going to be like, hey, by the way, I'm in Young Living, buy some oils from me, right? That's really not, that's kind of the awkward way to do it. Sharing and having your own testimonies and talking about that, sharing your passion for it and your desire to learn more about it is something that can help people see that. A lot of times I think nobody wants to know. and that's just a false sense of security. That's just falseness, because a lot of times I'll share with somebody and they'll be like, wow, I never thought about that. Or I never, like a lot of times I have a few customers that just buy the Thieves Household Cleaner. They love that. They love the non-toxic. They love the smell. They love the cleaning power. They don't use the oils. They just use the Thieves Household Cleaner. And that's completely fine too. That's one part of their picture. And us just helping and teaching alongside them is an important part. So the last part of this talk is just going to be expanding your network. So at some point in time, obviously you're going to have talked to all your friends and talk to all your family, and they're going to be running right with you. And so you're going to have to expand your network. So you're going to have to go to lunches. You're going to have to do a vending table. You're going to have to talk to other people. And the other part, like I talked about in the beginning, is as you go along, you'll get other people that'll start running with you. And so that will switch your job responsibilities, right? So if you have somebody running with you, somebody on your team that's sharing in their own circle, because I'm not going to be able to build my team, my organization with 100% of my friends, right? I'm going to have other people, just like any other company, right? Any other company, if I tell somebody, like, I'll use Kohl's again, because I worked there for 7 years. The more I tell people about Kohl's, the more I talk to people about Kohl's, the more people ask me about Kohl's coupons or Kohl's sales or what's happening at Kohl's, the more they want to go to Kohl's, right? The more that it entices them. And then they therefore go like, hey, I'm going to Kohl's. Did you see this great deal I got? Did you see this clearance stuff that they have going on? Did you see that they have this happening, that happening? Okay. So business is always word of mouth, right? My husband has his own welding business, and 100% of his customers are from word of mouth. Somebody telling somebody else, this is the guy for you. Okay. So that's how it is with Young Living. You're going to have people in your organization that are going to run just like you are. And your job will then therefore be to support and encourage them as best as you can. And so your responsibility switch, just like if I were owning a company and I made pizzas all the time, and then all of a sudden I hired somebody to make pizzas. Now I'm the leader of the group, right? I'm not the manual labor person anymore. And so you're still going to want to do that. You're still going to want to support your personally enrolled people and the other people in your organization that may not have somebody to be walking with them. But that's the awesome part about it. That's the blessing that happens, is that there's this trickle down effect. So, and then you're just going to keep repeating, right? You're just going to keep enrolling and talking to people and helping them enroll people. And it's just a magical thing. So as I've seen it transpire in my organization, it just blows me away. I was trying to think, there was this, it's like this multiplication factor, right? It's like in the middle of the year last year, I had 100. I was like so excited that I was shooting for 100 members in my organization, and I had been like I've been in Young Living for 7 years. Granted, I didn't do, and I wasn't teaching and training and talking like I am right now, like I even have been for the last year or two, and definitely having somebody in my organization moving along with me has helped me to inspire me, right? To help me to go like, I can do this too. She can do it. I can do it. And so I'm going to wind down here and say that now I have 146 and it's only been like less than 6 months from 100 to 146. It's just this big multiplication factor that happens, this building on top of building on top of building, people talking and people sharing. Now there are people in my organization that I don't even know, that I'll never even meet, that are part of their sale comes back to me in a commission. Okay. Because this is a business, right? This isn't just like, I don't like when I work at Kohl's, I don't get a cut of what I sell to people. But if I had my own business or I was doing a sales business, I would, right? I get a percentage cut of whatever somebody sold of my product. And so that's kind of how it works here. So next week, we're going to talk about the sauce on it, the special sauce that Young Living has in their business building lineup. So thank you for listening in for this 30 minutes. And I look forward to talking to you and hearing from you. If you have any questions or would like to join me on this journey, I would love to help you. I would love to walk with you. So I'm going to see how I stop this video. I got to go here, stop the video. Oops.